I lived in LA for a couple of years and realised what a weird, strange, unreal sort of place it was. And eventually, the penny dropped that this is the place to bring Dundee because of the unreality of the place and because he's so grounded that he's a perfect contrast to it. If you hadn't seen the first two, it doesn't matter. After about 10 minutes, you'll understand what Crocodile Dundee's all about. So it re-establishes that man in his natural environment and his lifestyle to set up the fish out of water premise of Los Angeles. You'll see how he doesn't fit in. You'll sort of anticipate how he's not going to fit in when you see the way he lives. But her dad owns the New York Newsday, and he's always coming up with little ruses for her to come back and visit, which has worked a few times, but this time he wants her to come and take over the LA bureau of the paper. And Mick, much to everyone's surprise, says, yeah, take the job and me and the kid will come along. He thinks it's time for the Mickey Jr., who's now 9, to be exposed to the world outside Walkabout Creek and Darwin. But sort of he wants to go himself too. He's a little restless. He realises he's a dying breed. There aren't crocodile hunters anymore. It's now illegal. So he's little more than a tourist guide and a crocodile wrangler. And he's perhaps thinking that he might find something more interesting to do. So he goes along with the wife and then sticks his nose in and helps her. He doesn't kill people and he's not a super tough guy. He's just normal and down to earth and honest and a bit cool. Aside from a month in New York where he didn't really learn anything, but thinks he did and thinks he's more worldly and sophisticated, even though it was 10 years ago, he hasn't changed at all. No. The world's got slicker and faster and he hasn't. And that's why he works. It's great to work with her because she comes from an entirely different background and school from me. She's the theatre trained, Juilliard, did Broadway plays, and I sort of came out of the lounge room. And I'm a Nike, she calls me. I just do it. And she has all the research and the background and the analysis of everything. So it makes scenes better. She'll sort of tear every line apart, And often she's wrong, but often she's right too. And I don't admit it, but then I go away and change the lines. There's not an ego problem with Simon, and he knows that I invented this character, and it's my vision. So he does what he can to give me the vision I want and to make it better, and he does. And it's sort of that's more than you can ask for.